Good morning, happy campers.
Good morning, Counselor Carl.
You know, the other day I had a swell idea that maybe we should write a song all about you, the happy campers. But there's only one problem. I have no idea how to write a song at all. You?
No.
No? You know, I have some ideas swimming around in my head, like some words and things like that. Like, I need a word that rhymes with whirl.
Squirrel.
Squirrel, thank you very much. You know, probably the first step to writing a song would be to learn about music and notes and things like that. So why don't we go visit someone who does know, like Jody Bow. So, away we go.
Good morning. So I understand that you need to know a little bit about music. Well, that's what I'm here for. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how to read the music and how it looks on the page, some of the beats, and some of the other things that go along with writing a song. If we look first about beats, music is usually broken into different types of beats. You can have them in groups of twos, in groups of threes, or groups of fours. Usually those are written in what is called a meter signature, and it would have to go along with what your words and your particular mood for your song wants to be. If we have a 4/4 meter, that means there are 4 beats per measure. We can think of that as having 4 slashes per measure. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If we clapped this, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can have groups of threes in what is called 3/4 meters, and those are 3 beats per measure, clapped like this. 1, 2, 3. 2/4 meter is written with 2 beats per measure. If you always look at these, your top number tells you how many beats per measure, how many claps per measure. Now, since we've talked a little bit about beats, beats are the underlying pulse, just like your heart has a pulse. The underlying pulse of the music continues all the time, and the rhythm of the melodies and of the pieces go above the beat. For instance, if you had a marching band on the field, you have a bass drummer. The bass drummer is keeping a steady beat. Everybody is marching in time to the steady beat of the bass drummer. Say he gets confused, and all of a sudden he stops, he speeds back up, he starts again. What happens to the band? Everybody gets confused, right? The rhythm over the top of the band. For instance, if we have a rhythm over the top of the beat, if I beat a 4/4 meter time, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can keep the beat going and doing the rhythm over the top of the beat. It goes like this. Chaka chaka chaka, chaka chak. Chaka chaka chaka, chaka chak. Now, how do we know in music if we have beats and rhythms? Well, we use what's called notes. If we talk about notes, you can have notes that equal 4 beats each, and they're called whole notes, and they look sort of just like a whole. A half note, which is half of the whole, is 2 beats. The quarter note is 1 beat, and a half of a beat is an 1/8 note, and it has a little flag. If we thought about this in terms of Grandma's apple pie, we have a whole pie. If we take that pie and say it equaled 4 beats, we cut it in half, it would have 2 halves equal to 2 each. If we cut that half again, we would have 4 quarters, each equaling 1 beat, and if we cut those again, we would have 8 1/8 notes. If we take a very familiar melody, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, it sounds like this. If I take that melody and show you what it looks like on the board, then you can lead along toward developing your melody for your song that you're writing. If I write it on the board, it would look like this. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder. Let's lose Grandma's pie here. It's in the way. What you are. And we say that we've completed by a double bar at the end. If we look at each one of these, you notice that as the pitch rises, twinkle, twinkle, so does the music on the staff. And the staff is the 5 lines and 4 spaces used in writing music. Most of the music that you write will be written on a staff and will have a melody that will go up and down on the staff as the pitch goes up and down in your voice so that you can sing your song. Now, if you need to know more about music, then ask your teacher at school, or ask your private music instructor, or ask your parents to take you to the public library. That's always a great source. Listen to the pitch and the rhythms on the radio when you listen to it, and then you'll be a better musician. Good luck.
Well, thank you, Jody. That certainly was noteworthy. Does anybody know what's coming up next?
Tommy the Swanee.
Greetings, curious ones. The other day, as I listened to the birdies sing, I thought about what a wonderful thing music was. All those different notes and sounds coming together to form a beautiful song. What's even more amazing is that the world is full of so many different types of music. Classical music, rock and roll, rhythm and blues, country, and the list could go on forever. And that brings me to my point. With so many different styles of music available, that means that there is something for everyone. You are free to choose and enjoy any kind of music you want. Music that makes you feel happy, music that makes you feel sad, music that makes you feel like dancing, and so on. Best of all, it's your choice and no one else's. So, until next time, sim salabim. And remember that you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. That was a good one. And we are back, and we're still searching for our song. We know a little bit more about music now. And, I thought since the song we're trying to come up with is about happy campers, why don't we talk to happy campers? So what are some things that happy campers like to do?
Stick together.
Stick together. Okay, let's write that down. Stick together. What else?
Like to do favors.
Like to do favors. Good answer. What about you?
Neighbors.
Do favors. Good neighbors. I think we're onto something. What about you?
Be healthy.
They're healthy. Healthy. Yes. Healthy. All the major food groups. Yes. What?
Like to play.
Like to play. There we go. Like to play. How about
Be creative.
be creative? Hey, when we're doing a song, that's creative. Look at there. Looky there. Looky there. Now, what about you?
Respectful.
Hey, that's a good one. Be respectful. Well, it looks like we've got some pretty darn swell good ideas here. And since I'm not really a songwriter, the WALABEAR has a friend that is. And we gave him a call earlier on and asked him if he'd like to come to the show. So why don't we offer up a big Camp WALABEAR welcome for our pal, Tony Bowers, who is a real live, genuine, bona fide songwriter. Tony?
Hi, Counselor Carl.
Darn swell to meet you. I'm glad you're here because, frankly, I'm stumped. Now,
Writing a song.
Writing a song. There we
Great.
go. Now, we've got some ideas, and we learned a little bit about music earlier. And since you're a songwriter, how do you go about writing a song? What comes first?
Yeah. Some people like to write the melody first,
Which is,
the words. Other people like to write the music first. And it just depends on how it comes to you. You might be driving in the car. You might be taking a shower and get a song that you want to sing.
you could be making a peanut butter sandwich.
There you go.
And that happens. When did you discover that you like to write songs and you kind of knew how to do it and all that would come to you? When did that happen to you?
Well, I always have liked to play music and write songs, and so that just kind of came natural, and it's what I've stuck with.
Wow, great. Well, you see, we've got some ideas here, like happy campers stick together. They like to do favors, or good neighbors, are healthy, they're creative, they're respectful. And, since you're a little better at this, do you think you could help us out, maybe help us put something together?
We need a guitar.
Yeah, I think there's one back there.
Is there one back in the cave?
Maybe so, and since, you're a little bit more musical than I am, then, you'd probably have better luck finding one. So,
okay, I'll go find it, and
he's
we'll...
going to go find a guitar.
Wow!
Well, looky there.
Here's one.
A guitar in the cave. Well, so what are your thoughts? I mean, as far as, we've got some, now these are called what, lyrics?
They're called lyrics.
Lyrics. Lyrics, lyrics, correct?
That's right.
Okay. Well, do you have any ideas as far as, maybe some music we could put to it? And,
it would have to be a happy
song.
style of music.
That's right, since
because we're all happy campers.
There we go. Hey, we're on to something.
How's that?
I like that. And that just kind of came to you, just...
Right.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, you know what? I think our old pal Salesman Solly is about to join us for a visit, so why don't we huddle up while he's talking and put together some of these ideas we've come up with and see what happens with our songs. Come on, let's huddle up.
Yeah.
Huddle up. Okay. Happy campers always sharing and caring with each other. Hey. How you doing? Solly's the name, and selling is my game. Now, I wanted to talk to you about something today, and I got it right here. Let's. No, hey, maybe this is it. Hey, sweeping up, huh? That's what it is. Music. Are we learning lots of neat stuff about music, huh? Now, did you know that there is a lot more to the music business than just songwriting? Granted, the songs are pretty darn important to the whole process. However, there are a lot of people behind the scenes that make things happen. For instance, take the big shot singing on the video show or on the radio. Now, how do you think that big shot got there in the first place? You see, behind the scenes, there are a lot of people working very hard in what's called promotions. You know what this means? This means that they help people find out about Mr. Cool who's singing on the video or the radio. Therefore, people will listen to it, and they'll know what's going on, which only goes to prove that you can be a bigwig in the music biz, even if you couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. So, check it out. And as usual, you'll be sold. Hey, trust me.
Yeah.
Anyone can be a happy camper. Oh yeah.
We got it.
Take me home,
It's
Daddy.
coming.
Anyone can be a happy camper.
Drive it.
Going.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, would you give it a whirl? Outside with the birds and squirrels, you can be a happy camper. Hey, that's swell. It may be a hit. We've got a friend, Mr. Dennis, the Sultan o' Sound, who can help us put all of this together and actually record the song in his amazing lab wizardry recording stuff. So why don't we go visit him right now? This is great. Yeah, yeah, it's happening. I can feel it. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Holy cow. Look at this. Holy Starship Enterprise. What have we here?
Hey, Counselor Carl.
Well, hello,
And
Dennis,
WALABEAR.
Mr. Sultan of Sound. Darn swell to meet you.
Welcome to Soundworks.
Thank you. Great to be here. Wow, I'm in awe. Now, this is amazing. You can actually record stuff here, right?
We record all kinds of things here, Counselor
Amazing.
Carl. Yeah.
Amazing. And now this looks like a computer. I mean, you can actually record sound on this computer?
Well, what do you think?
You mean you can actually record sound on this computer?
Shazam!
Shazam!
Oh my gosh! Can you do weird things with it, like make the sound do weird things and?
Well, I don't know.
You mean you can actually record sound on this computer?
That's completely amazing and mystifying.
Shazam!
Well, I'm speechless here. So now you can put a song together, like, you know, we've sent you some information earlier, and
Yeah.
we brought the camper cam out here, and you know, we've got a song that we came up with. So I mean, how do you put the song together on this here?
Well, what we do is first we go into the computer and we call up the program that we want to use.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way we call up that program.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's say we call it a new program.
Mm-hmm.
And we call this
The Happy Camper song.
the Happy Camper song.
Okay.
We call that up.
I heard you doing some stuff earlier, and you know, making some noise and some music. It sounded like you had a whole band in here.
Well, what we start out with, Counselor Carl, is we start out with the drum part.
Mm-hmm.
We have our keyboard over here, and our keyboard is hooked into what's called a sound module.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have seen these on the little keyboards you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a professional version of that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was just working on when you came in was the bass part, the bass line for the Happy Camper song. And what I do is I call up what would sound like a bass guitar on the keyboard, and I play it like this.
Wow. And the computer helps create that sound, correct?
Yes, the computer works with the sound module and the keyboard. I have them all connected by special MIDI cables. MIDI is Musical Instrument Digital Interface. That's what we
Wow,
use.
that's a mouthful. So the computer and the keyboard all work together like a bunch of happy campers to come up with a song.
They
huh?
sure do.
Wow. So now once you've got the bass line, which you have there, and then do you need drums? And
Why, yes. We'll go over here and we'll call up our drum sounds the same way, and we play it pretty much the same way I played the other part. It looks like it should sound like a piano, but it sounds like drums.
looky there, old pal WALABEAR. Wow. And then so you lay that down, and then later on you can put the guitar in there.
We can put the guitar, we can add all these in what we call tracks.
Okay.
Now, in not too distant past, what we would do is we would record on this tape machine. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but let's see if we can light up these things a little bit so we can see all the tracks on there as we play this. You can see there are 8 tracks on there.
Okay.
Now, it's very similar when we record onto the computer. While this one shows us we have 4 tracks to record on. Here's one. We can take this and we can put our, say, our drums on this line, and then we would come in and put our bass on this line, bass guitar. Then we would put our singer on this line, and a lot of instruments. But the thing that's different about this is I can continue to add track after track after track, because in the computer world, there's lots more room.
That's amazing. You know, and speaking, you were talking about singers and earlier, you know, I think our pal Tony that helped us come up with the song and the Happy Campers that are going to help us sing it ought to be here about now to help us put it together.
Well,
So-
let's bring them in and sing.
Well, let's do that. And here they are now. Come, and here we have Happy Campers Megan, Christopher, and our pal Tony, who helped us write the song.
Hi, guys.
Well, I guess we're probably about ready to get started. So what do we do now?
Well, let's hand out the lyric sheets.
Okay, here you go. Here's one for you, and one for you.
And we're going to record you singing, so we need you to step
Okay.
over to our microphones.
Okay. Up to the
We'll get Tony to come over here. Okay. And we'll swing this one around for our happy campers.
Fantastic.
Okay. We're ready to record.
All right, and we're going to see how this ends up in just a little while. Great.
The news is next.
This is a Camp WALABEAR special edition of Action News 10.
Good morning, happy campers. I'm Eleanor Reynolds, and this is WALABEAR News. This time of year, some folks start planning Halloween parties and looking for different kinds of candies to offer. And just in time, a new candy bar has come on the scene. It's called Cookies and Cream by Hershey. Cookie bits are mixed with white chocolate to form this tempting bar. Supposedly, it's the perfect treat for folks who want their cookies and candy bar too. And it will be available nationally next week. Yummy. A children's hospital in Salt Lake City is literally going to the dogs, but in a good way. Dr. Rusty scrubs before handling patients, wears a red bandana instead of a stethoscope around her neck, then trots off to help heal her patients by pulling out of them a smile and laughter. If only for a moment, it speeds up the healing process. So therapists want more Dr. Rustys to walk these halls. In fact, a campaign is underway for a full dog therapy program. According to the therapists, the dogs are the spoonful of sugar that makes the medicine go down. And speaking of dogs, here's one who loves diving into a pool. You ever see anything like this? He's 3-year-old Grady, a black lab, who just loves to take a plunge, whether it's hot or cold. Grady the diving dog dives to a depth of 8 feet. He loves water skiing too, but in that sport, he's just a spectator. Well, that's WALABEAR News for today. I'm Eleanor Reynolds. Thanks for joining us, and remember, study hard, obey your parents, and be kind to one another. Bye-bye.
A happy camper's always sharing and caring and respectful of their neighbors. They do more than's expected, never hold a grudge, quick to do a favor. Happy campers are swell, they like themselves and always stick together. They're hopeful and they have fun, they like to run and play in sunny weather. Anyone can be a happy camper. Anyone can be a happy camper. Oh, won't you give it a whirl? Outside with the birds and the squirrels, you can be a happy camper. Happy campers are creative, they can think themselves through any situation. They're responsible, respectable, practical, worldly wise and patient. Happy campers are the type that would play it safe and watch out for each other. They're the ones who take the time to do the things that make you glad to be together. Anyone can be a happy camper. Anyone can be a happy camper. Oh, won't you give it a whirl? Outside with the birds and the squirrels, you can be a happy camper. Anyone can be a happy camper. Grab your gear, let's go outside. Anyone can be a happy camper if they try. Anyone can be a happy camper. Anyone can be a happy camper. Oh, won't you give it a whirl? Outside with the birds and the squirrels, you can be a happy camper.
Yes, indeed, happy campers. I think we've got a hit. It will go straight to the top of the charts. How about show a little happy camper courtesy for Mr. Tony for showing up and helping us out here. Big hand. Big hand. We couldn't have done it without you.
Glad to help, Counselor Carl.
I'm glad you know how to write songs. Boy, we were in a bind. We'd also like to thank Jody Powell and Mr. Dennis, the Sultan O Sound, for helping us out. And don't forget to write us here at Camp WALABEAR, P.O. Box 1548, Mobile, Alabama 36633. Drop us a line and tell us exactly what you think. So happy campers. Until next time, see ya!